flies upon the lips of someone standing by. No, it'll never be me. Looking at you that way. No, it'll never be me. Looking at
All right. Hello, Knoxville. This is your Knoxville Beer Board for Tuesday, June 25th, 2024. Welcome everyone here and those watching at home. We have very high viewer ratings. Just kidding. Mr. Johnson, will you please call the roll?
Councilwoman Fugit.
Here.
Councilwoman Helsley. Councilwoman McKenzie.
Here.
Councilwoman Parker. Councilwoman Ryder.
Here.
Councilman Roberto.
Here.
Councilwoman Singh. Vice Mayor Smith.
Here.
And Councilman Thomas. 7 members present.
Okay. The minutes of the last meeting were distributed by email. Are there any corrections to the minutes?
There's 2 sets of minutes.
Okay. Can I do it? Oh, do I need to specify which ones? Okay. You have 2 sets of minutes that were emailed to you May 28th, Tuesday, and then the June 11th, Tuesday. If there are no corrections, the minutes stand approved as distributed. Mr. Johnson, do we have anyone signed up for public comments germane to today's agenda?
No, ma'am.
Okay. Seeing no one has signed up for public comment, we will move on. The next matters of business are items to be postponed or withdrawn. Mr. Byrd, are there any applicants requesting a postponement or needing a postponement?
Yes, ma'am. 2, item 6D, Crave 865, and item 6O, Lucky Star Food Market. Both would need to be postponed.
All right, so that is without objection. We'll postpone items 6D and 6O.
To the July meeting.
To the July meeting. Thank you, Mr. Johnson. Mr. Byrd, are there any applicants needing a withdrawal?
Yes, 1, item 6G, the Dollar General has requested to withdraw.
Okay. Without objection, item 6G is withdrawn, and yes, period. All right. Before we get started, I have a few announcements. First, I'd like to point out, because I've learned a couple of new things recently, I want to make sure all of our beer board applicants and our beer board members know that we do have representatives from the Metro Drug Coalition that are here in the front of the room for any of our applicants that might need them as a resource. When you get your beer permit, you do get a packet of information. Bethany Lemons is usually here to join us. She's the prevention coordinator at Metro Drug Coalition. And then Webster Bailey has also joined us there to come to Beer Board today. So look forward to working with them as we go through all the applicants. And if you guys need anything out there in the real world in your establishments, please use them as a resource. They're doing a lot of great work in our community with prevention and addiction issues. So, and they would be better to explain that than me. All right, so just want to put a face with the packet that you get when you get your permit. When I call the name of the businesses applying for the permit, please come to the podium. State your name and address clearly into the microphone for the record. Applicants who are approved pending final documentation will need to bring their completed stuff to the business tax office during regular business hours. Applicants that have their permit approved tonight can pick up their permit at the end of this meeting from Mr. Byrd over here. And finally, as I'm chairing the meeting, other members will make motions in the 4th District. All right, let's get started. Our first agenda item is 4th Creek Brewing, and that's at 130 South North Shore Drive. Name and address for the record, and you're going to need to push the little Weeble People button there. There you go.
It's Aaron Nelson, 130 South North Shore Drive.
All right.
And I apologize for last month. Believe me, I would have rather been here than what I was doing.
Yeah.
We had a plumbing emergency.
I think you had an emergency, yes. Well, we forgive you. We're happy to have you here this time. All right. Officer Presley.
No record.
Okay, thank you. Mr. Byrd.
We would need the sales tax registration, certificate of occupancy, and the approval of the health department.
Certificate of occupancy is pending remodel.
Yeah, you're in the process of
Yes,
remodel?
correct.
Okay. All right.
I'll make a motion to approve pending final documentation.
All right, any further discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Anyone opposed? Ayes have it. Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Okay, don't go far. 6B, 4th Creek Brewing. You have 2 agenda items. We get to hear them both. Sorry for the redundancy.
Aaron Nelson, 130 South North Shore.
Okay, Officer Presley.
No record.
Mr. Byrd.
We need the sales tax registration, a certificate of occupancy, and health department approval.
Okay,
I'll make another motion to approve pending final documentation.
all right. All those in
Deja
favor?
vu.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Anyone opposed? Ayes have it. Thank you, sir. You may
Thank
be
you very
seated.
much.
Or you may leave, however you feel. Okay. The next one is, I think, AM Market. Did I get that correct? AM Market. Mr. Patel. Name and address for the record, please.
Right. Jayesh Patel, address is 2900 Sevier Avenue, Knoxville, Tennessee.
Okay, thank you. Officer Presley.
No record.
Okay, Mr. Byrd.
We need the certificate of occupancy, approval from the Department of Agriculture, and the surrender of the existing permit.
Okay. Do I have a motion or any discussion?
Move to approve pending final documentation.
Any discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Anyone opposed? Ayes have it. Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Okay, next agenda item is 6E, Dazzo's Pizzeria. Ravi Patel. Possibly. Name and address for the record, I should say.
Hello, Ravi Patel, and it's 710 Southgate Street, Knoxville.
All right, thank you, sir. Officer Presley.
No record.
Mr. Byrd.
We need the certificate of occupancy and surrender of the existing permit.
We have the existing permit right now with me.
The
Certificate?
Certificate of occupancy from Development Service.
We have applied today, so it will be shown.
I think you just have to get like a copy of what you've already gotten in the past. Is that correct?
Yes, ma'am. Yeah, the Development Services folks, Mr. Aaron's perhaps, will send it to the applicant, and then they can just email it to me.
Okay. All right. Thank you, sir.
You're welcome.
Okay, any motion or discussion?
I will move to approve pending final documentation.
All right. All those in favor? Anyone opposed? Ayes have it. Thank you, sir.
You're welcome.
Next is 6F, Dayar, and please correct my pronunciation, Markets.
DR Market, 2734 Willow Spring Road.
Okay, and your name, sir?
Bilal Arar.
Okay, Bilal Arar, okay. And Officer Presley.
No record.
Okay, Mr. Byrd.
We need the certificate of occupancy, Department of Agriculture approval, and surrender of the existing permit.
There's been a meeting. We were for like a binding meeting.
Sir, could you repeat what you said? I didn't hear you.
We're waiting for a binding meeting for those.
With
We have
the,
appointment for it like next week.
with the Building and Permitting Department? Is that what you mean?
Yeah,
Okay, so you have a meeting set up? Okay,
no. I don't, we don't have it with me right now. We're waiting for it.
okay, all right, all right. Okay, all right. All those in favor? Anyone opposed? All right, thank you, sir.
You're welcome.
Okay, next agenda item is Governor William Blunt Mansion Association.
Hello, David Hearns, 200 West Hill Avenue, Knoxville, 37902.
All right, thank you, sir. Officer Presley.
No record.
Mr. Byrd.
That file is complete.
All right. The date of your event, sir?
It's July 27th.
Okay, all right. Hopefully you'll have a great turnout and look forward to seeing you guys have, what you guys do there. All right, motion? All those in favor? Anyone opposed? All right, thank you, sir.
Thank y'all.
Next is Ola Ora Latina.
Roger Rourke, 100 Southgate Street, Suite 112, Knoxville, Tennessee.
All right, thank you.
You're welcome.
Officer Presley.
No record.
Mr. Byrd.
That file is also complete.
Okay. Mr. Rourke, what are the dates of your event?
September 21st and 22nd at World's Fair Park.
Okay, so you guys are doing 2 days for
Yes.
the Ola Festival. All right, look forward to it.
Thank you.
Any discussion or motions? All those in favor? Anyone opposed? All right, ayes have it. Thank you, sir. Next agenda item is Honeybee. Is there anyone here from Honeybee? Mr. Byrd, have you heard from anyone?
I've not heard from them today. I've heard from them this week, so yesterday, and
You did hear from them yesterday?
Yes, ma'am. Yeah.
Okay,
So I'm not sure who among the organization was planning to be here, but
okay. We'll bump them to the end. Next agenda item is also Honeybee? No? All right, we'll come back. Next is, and my apologies, Kapaka? You correct me when I'm wrong. Thank you.
My name is Jin Kim. It's 7315 Kingston Park, Knoxville, Tennessee. It's a K Pocha.
Pucha.
Pocha.
Thank you. All right, Officer Presley.
No record.
Mr. Byrd.
that file is complete.
Okay. Any discussion or motion? All those in favor? All right. Thank you. The ayes have it.
Thank you.
All right. Next on the agenda is La Bamba Bar and Grill. Alex Reyes.
My name is Alex Reyes, 2619 Chama Highway.
Okay. Officer Presley.
No record.
Mr. Byrd.
We need the certificate of occupancy and surrender of the existing permit.
Okay. Any motions or questions?
I'll move to approve pending final documentation.
Okay. All those in favor?
Aye.
Anyone opposed? Ayes have it. Thank you, sir.
Thanks.
Okay, next is La Bamba Bar and Grill. Alex Reyes, I believe you have, oh, sorry, I'm reading on the wrong thing. Local Smoky. Nancy Ledbetter, is anyone here? My apologies. Paper and screen messing myself up.
I'm Ashley Diggs. The address is 404 William Street, Knoxville, 37917.
All right, thank you so much. Officer Presley.
No record.
Mr. Byrd.
We just need surrender of the existing permit, which I see she has.
That's it. Okay. Any discussion or motions? All right. All those in favor? Anyone opposed? Ayes have it. Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you.
The next item is 6P, One Stop Market. Is there anyone here from One Stop Market? Last name Jawani? No? All right, we'll come back to that as well. Mr. Byrd, have you heard from them?
Yes, I actually met Mr. Giovanni in the office earlier today, so.
Oh, okay. Did he bring you something, or?
Well, we updated, he'd had a manager who hadn't completed the background check, and he deleted, I explained the kind of the scenarios, he deleted that manager.
Okay.
And that was where we left it, I thought, you know, coming today, obviously.
Okay, we'll get back to it then, maybe. Next is 6Q, Robin Roberts Promotions. Marjorie Davenport, maybe.
Hello, my name is Marjorie Davenport, 101 Roberts Mountain Road, Blairsville, Georgia.
All right, thank you. Officer Presley.
No record.
Mr. Byrd.
That file is complete.
Okay, any motions or questions? All right, all in favor? Anyone opposed? Ayes have it. Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you.
The next is Sonny's Original Southern Pub. Jeremiah Cottle?
Michael McLean.
What's that? Oh,
Michael McLean.
You're on there too. I skipped it. I'm so sorry.
That's all right.
I make my print really tiny. Challenge myself. Okay. Officer Presley.
No record.
Mr. Byrd.
We need the sales tax registration, certificate of occupancy, and health department approval.
Okay, all right. Any discussion or motions?
Move to approve pending final documentation.
Okay. All those in favor?
Aye.
Anyone opposed? Ayes have it. Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Okay. Oh, don't go far. Sonny's Original Southern Barbecue, or pub, sorry. I don't know why. That's in my mind. Caterer permit, Officer Presley.
No record.
Mr. Byrd.
We would need the sales tax registration, certificate of occupancy, and health department approval.
Okay. Any questions or motions?
Move to approve pending final documentation.
Okay. All those in favor?
Aye.
Anyone opposed? All right, ayes have it. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, everyone.
Next applicant is Tacoville Mexican Grill.
Juan Garcia, address 900 East Hill Avenue, Suite 130, Knoxville, Tennessee.
Okay, thank you, sir. Officer Presley?
No record.
Mr. Byrd?
We need the certificate of occupancy and health department approval.
Okay. And any discussion or motions? All those in favor? Anyone opposed? All right, thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Next is the Hazen Historical Museum Foundation. Whitney, nope, you don't look like Whitney.
I'm not that pretty.
Okay, Officer Press. Oh, your name and your address for the record. You really threw
Patrick
me off.
Hollis, 1711 Dandridge Avenue.
Thank you. Officer Presley.
No record.
Mr. Byrd.
The file is complete.
All right, and when is your event?
Independence Day, July 4th.
Oh, yeah, that's right. Exciting. Any questions or motions? All right, all those in favor? Anyone opposed? Ayes have it. Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Have a great 4th of July event. Next is True by Hilton, Knoxville North.
Melanie Loveday, 5418 Pratt Road, 37912, Knoxville.
Thank you. Officer Presley?
No record.
Mr. Byrd?
That file is complete.
Okay. All right, we have a motion and a second. All those in favor? Anyone opposed? Ayes have it, and thank you so much. Okay, should I wait till the end? Okay, we'll come back to the couple that were not here, and we'll make motions on those later. We're going to move on to 7A, Dash and Go, Tamalyn Harper. Ms. Harper is here. Ms. Harper, you are on the beer board agenda for, as an addendum. We've made a motion to, sorry, let me get to the right part of my agenda. We wanted to ask you how your progress is going. You and I met earlier today. I came out because you've been working on getting your beer permits since July 25th. So I don't know, I don't want to speak for you. I'll let you speak for yourself, but you have a meeting coming up?
So yes, I have a meeting scheduled for Thursday to kind of, I guess, continue to get this in motion. I have, like I say, submitted the plans again. They were accepted. My problem is I can never get anyone to return an email or a phone call. This has been going on since I started this application, with trying to figure out where we are and what's the next move. So the last plans were accepted, and it went dead from there. So the meeting is to see where we are, I guess, and what else is needed for me to continue to get the building, I guess, where it needs to be, and the beer permit. But like I say, through this whole process, it falls dead with communication from the people in the permits office. I cannot get anyone to call me back. I cannot get them to email me. This has been going on since I submitted the application. And the only time that I've gotten any progress was when I actually talked to you earlier.
Does anybody have any other questions? I went out and I met with Ms. Harper, and I took her the comments from her turned-in plans, and she has a meeting that is set up with Brian Berry on Thursday.
Yes.
And so I'm hoping that we can get you on track.
I hope so.
So,
And I apologize that you've had these issues, but sounds like after meeting with Councilwoman Ryder, hopefully it's moving in the right direction now, and you'll be able to get the answers that you need to see what else is necessary. So given what she's been through, I'd like to extend for 90 days. And then let's come back and see, what the status is, and hopefully you've gotten some answers and had some progress, and may be
Yes.
ready by
Yes.
then. So I'd like to move to extend for 90 days.
okay. Mr. Johnson says you're making a motion to extend to the September meeting? That's what you
That's what I'm
propose?
suggesting.
Oh,
Yes.
okay. Is that okay?
Yes, sir, whatever
Okay.
that 90 days is.
Okay.
Okay.
All right. We have a motion and a second. All those in favor?
Aye.
Anyone opposed? All right. Thank you, Ms. Harper.
Thank you.
We look forward to talking to you more this week.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Okay, next on the agenda is Fast Hand Tavern. Kevin Hibbs.
Hi, Kevin Hibbs, 3800 Sutherland Avenue.
Yes, so Mr. Hibbs, we first approved you September 2022. What's going on?
I apologize for the delays. I'm waiting on, I finally finished up a sale of a previous business, and that finally went through 2 weeks ago. So now I have the proper funding to finish up the bar. So in the next, if I can get 3 months, I should be able to make a lot of progress.
Okay. I'm sorry, Councilman Roberto.
Thank you. It looks to me like you have, when was the last time you did your background check and CAS class?
It was over a year ago. Mr. Bird told me they'll probably have to redo that. Which
Yeah.
is fine.
We would just, if you could do that, we'd like you to do that. That's just kind of a thing that we've always done, is to make sure we have those up to date. So if you could go ahead and get that done, that'd be appropriate. And then I'll make a motion. Do you think you can get everything done in 90 days?
Yeah.
Okay. We'll make a motion for 90-day extension, and keep in mind, you can always come in early. You don't have to wait 90 days.
Oh, yes, thank you. Is that good, Mr. Johnson? Thank you. All right, all those in favor? Anyone opposed? Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Good luck. All right, next on the addendum agenda is Tienda y Carniceria. Sorry, my Spanish is quite terrible. Yes, sir, come up to the podium. Is that you? No? Oh, okay. This is Angela Soto. Oh, am I? Oh, I am so sorry. Fuel Stop. I'm really not doing well going back and forth. Yes, Fuel Stop. So sorry, Mr. Ramji.
Samir Ramji, 4903 Clinton Highway.
All right, thank you. So we approved you originally on November 18th, 2023. Update us, where are we in the process?
Yeah, so my engineer is working with TDOT since it's a change of use on the property. TDOT wants me to fix the driveway. So they've been going back and forth, and finally last week they came to an agreement on a plan. So now my next step is to get a contractor to help me remodel the driveway so that I can get my right-of-way permit. That is one of the clauses required on the application for the
Right.
city.
Right, for a change of use.
Yes.
Just curiosity, what was the business prior? Do you know what was there in the building prior?
It was a title company.
Okay. Oh, a title company. Okay. Thank you. All right. Any questions from anyone on Beer Board discussion?
Yeah, it seems like some progress and some efforts being made. I think I would like to make a motion to extend it to the August meeting. That'll be about 60 days.
Yeah, that should be good.
Okay.
Okay. I have a motion and a second. All those in favor? Anyone opposed? All right. Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Okay. Okay, now in correct order, 7D, Tienda y Carniceria. Me butchering Spanish again. Angela Soto, is there anyone here? No? Mr. Byrd, did you hear from anyone
I
there?
did. Ms. Soto Hercules, the manager, emailed me in response to one of my reminders and said she would be here, or they would be here, but I'm not sure what might have happened.
All right, we will loop back around and make that one of our last things. Next is 7E Tobacco Shop. Mr. Patel? Yes. Thank you, sir. Name and address for the record. I think I forgot the others.
Gunwant Patel, 700 Merchant Drive, Knoxville, Tennessee, 37917.
Okay, so we originally approved you September 19th, 2023.
Yes.
What progress are we at? What's
CD came in spec 2 weeks ago. We almost 95% update. So we're waiting for the last results probably next week or so. So we should be finished our renovation.
any?
Okay, in that case, I'll move to extend to the July meeting.
Okay, a motion to July? Okay, motion and a second. All those in favor? Anyone opposed? All right, ayes have it. Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Hopefully you won't have to come back.
Thank you.
Okay. All right, and then the last one we have is 7F, Yeehaw Brewing.
Andrew Hale, 800 South Gay Street.
Okay,
And Brian Dickert, Yeehaw Brewing, 745 North Broadway, 37917.
all right, thank you. And so we approved you guys June 27th, 2023 originally, and there've been a couple of extensions. What's the latest progress?
So this has been a bit of an elusive project. Last month, there was also a beer permit application for off-premises consumption that was filed and approved, pending a couple of items that needed to be done, one of which is the certificate of occupancy, which we have a project discussion meeting scheduled for on the 1st to obtain that.
1st of June?
Yes, 1st of July.
July.
Apologize, so next week.
Okay.
So this, and that was an application that was submitted as a supplement to this application because there has been a change or an addition of use component here. There's going to be retail component at this location as well. And through my discussions with Mr. Byrd, we realized that we needed to submit that application that was approved last month as well. So now we have two applications that are kind of not on the same track. Okay. So we would request an extension until the August meeting to have this application and the off-premises application on the same track. So that as we work through getting the certificate of occupancy and wrap up everything that we need to do.
It's the 4th district, so I'll defer as a, go ahead.
My mic. I make a motion to extend for 60 days.
Till the August
Till
meeting.
to the August meeting. Andrew, you should have stopped me. Yes. Thank you.
Okay, we have a motion and a second. All in favor?
Aye.
Anyone opposed? Ayes have it. Thank you, guys.
Thank you.
Okay. If all is well, you don't have to come back and see us. Okay, real quick, before everybody wraps up, we're going to have a couple of people that we're going to go back to. 6J, is there anyone here from Honeybee? Mr. Hensley, Norris Hill, Nick Mazzilli.
Chair, I texted them and I haven't gotten a response back from any of the numbers that were on the application. I am thinking, though, that for folks that might not be used to coming downtown to our meetings, since we've got road closures, it might have caused some problems for folks. They may not have figured out how to get in. So, and there may be people here who have had that same problem. But I would suggest that maybe we put them to the next agenda just in case they had that. So I'll make a motion to postpone them to our next meeting, if that's okay.
Thank you. I have a motion and a second. All those in favor? Anyone opposed? Were you?
Not opposed. I just wanted to clarify if that was all of the no-shows or just Honeybee.
No, there's multiples. Well, oh, you're asking is the motion for everything? Is that
Mine
what
was
you're
just
asking?
for that one. I mean, we could
Councilwoman?
make it for all of them, but that was the one I was doing.
think
Do
it
you
makes
like that?
sense to.
I've been informed we have time. We're going to do them one by one.
Okay.
That was for 6J. We have a motion to postpone to the next month, which is July. Thank you. I can't, it's summer. I can't get my head straight. But motion is second. Everyone was in favor. No one opposed. That one passed. Then we're going to do 6K Honeybee as well. Councilman Roberto, would you like to repeat your motion?
The second Honeybee is actually in the first district, but I'll make the same motion.
You've been commandeered. Okay, all those in favor? Anyone opposed? Okay. And then the next one I have here, Mr. Byrd, if I skip something, you're going to tell me, but I have 6P, and that is One Stop Market. Is anyone here from One Stop Market? Jiwani? No? Okay. Would someone from the first district? Turn your mic on. Can't hear you.
I'll make a motion to postpone to the July meeting.
Okay, we have a motion and a second. All those in favor? Anyone opposed? All right, ayes have it. Will be postponed until July. Next one, you guys just wanted to hear me to say this again. 7D, Tienda y Carniceria La Bananita. So bad. No? It's pretty bad. Okay, no one is here. All right. 5th District, would you like to comment on this?
Yes, Ms. Soto has been in contact with emails, and so we should give her the benefit of the doubt for all the reasons that Councilman Roberto so eloquently stated.
Anybody
To
want-
July meeting, yes.
Okay, a multitude of seconds. All those in favor? Anyone opposed? Okay. All right. I believe we have no further business before the Beer Board. And,
Chair,
yes, ma'am.
just want to put something on the table. It seems that we're seeing recurring patterns over the last few years where people are coming in and we are extending some folks up to a year, and it sounds like also we're starting to hear that there's some of these delays that are beyond their control. I just wonder at some juncture if we could maybe pull those, maybe permitting, Peter Ahrens or someone to the table to have a conversation about how we can help those folks streamline a little bit better. I just don't think it's fair if they're doing everything that they're supposed to do, and now they have to spend more money on, background checks and other things that go along with when they have to renew again. So I'd just like to put that out there for consideration.
Yeah. Anybody else want to comment on that? I would say,
It's a great idea. I support it.
yeah. It's, I will say, I had an extensive conversation about an hour-long visit with Ms. Harper today. Very sharp lady. And what I came away from and what I told her was like, I hear you, and I hear you as someone who says, tell me what I need to do. Do I need to do A, B, C, and D? And what folks are hearing when they apply for a beer board permit is Mr. Byrd says, yep, you got to get a certificate of occupancy. A certificate of occupancy means a lot of things, and it could mean rebuilding an entire permit. It can mean stormwater systems. It can mean bicycle racks. It can mean zoning. It can mean a lot of things. And that's not what these folks understand when they walk away with an approval from us pending final documentation. And Ms. Harper is very willing to do anything anyone tells her. She just hasn't been told and doesn't understand what to do. And she's very willing to pay the fees that go along with that, as long as she's prepared. And, like one of the gentlemen said here tonight, he had to save up the money to be able to do and sell a business, and she seemed to be the same thing. She didn't balk at some of the things I brought up. It's just the not understanding the process and not having someone, so that is definitely something to have a conversation with the building department. So, yeah, I don't know how we make progress on this, but I feel like we've really been dealing with this since 2020. It's just been a whole different animal since 2020 for permits. Mr. Byrd, you've been doing this a lot longer than any of us, so I don't know what your opinion is.
I agree. I think the process can be daunting for the average applicant who's not a contractor, or I think in many ways, the newer system that was implemented a few years ago is great for folks that are building and renovating stuff, but that's not the average person. You know, I would be equally lost if I was in some of their shoes. So I think that's a great idea. I would be fully behind that, whatever we can do.
Any further comments? Okay. Yes, Ms.
Mine
Singh.
was a different topic.
Councilwoman Singh. Yes, ma'am.
Thank you for recognizing the folks here from MDC. I don't know if people know that Webster Bailey is the new executive director there, and I think he has an occasion he'd like to, a fundraiser he'd like to tell us about.
Yes.
And give us some tickets.
Mr. Bailey, you don't have a microphone where you're at, I don't believe, so if you will come up to the podium and push the little person button and tell us.
Do you need my address too?
You can give us the address of MDC.
Okay, sorry.
Name and address for the record.
Webster Bailey, 530 West Fifth Avenue. That's the address for Metro Drug Coalition and the Gateway Recovery Community Center. Thanks for recognizing me. Yeah, we have an event. Many of you know what we do, but some may not. So we have a couple of arms of what we do. One arm is really prevention focused for youth, and the other arm is more recovery focused. So trying to be a resource for people who are in the recovery process and help them maintain long-term recovery. So we have a fundraiser event. It's a back-to-school luau. It's going to support our youth prevention programs that we do in Knox County schools, private schools, after-school programs, college campuses, all over the place. And these are under the threshold, the gift threshold. So we have a ticket for each of you if you would like. I'll have them up front. So once you adjourn, if you'd like a ticket to our event, it's at the Pavilion at Hunter Valley Farm. So yeah, we'd love to have you come join us.
And what's the date of it?
Oh, I didn't tell you that, did I?
I might not have been listening.
It is, I did not mention, it is July the 26th. It's a Friday night at 7 p.m. The Chillbillies will be playing music. We will have we'll be on the beach doing luau things. So,
All right.
thank you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you very much. Appreciate it. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Thank you, Councilwoman Singh, for bringing that up. And I will say, until Ms. Lemons asked to meet with me, I did not realize that every beer board applicant got the packet with prevention information and resources. So that was lost on me. All right. If there's no further comments, we are adjourned. Thank you. Oh.
Of your peace. Where there is hatred, let us sow love. Where there is injury, pardon. Where there is doubt, faith. Where there is despair, hope. Where there is darkness, light. And where there is sadness, joy. Amen.
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Okay, Mr. Johnson, would you please call roll?
Councilwoman Fugit.
Here.
Councilwoman Helsley.
Here.
Councilwoman McKenzie.
Here.
Councilwoman Parker. Councilwoman Ryder.
She just went.
Councilwoman Ryder.
Yes, here.
Councilman Roberto.
Here.
Councilwoman Singh. Vice Mayor Smith.
Here.
And Councilman Thomas. 8 members present, Mayor.
Okay. Is there a motion on the minutes from last meeting?
Move to approve?
Motion made to approve and seconded. Any questions or discussion? Seeing none, all those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries. Are there any items to be withdrawn from tonight's agenda? Are there any items to be postponed for tonight's agenda? Are there any items requested to be added by motion? Is there a motion on the consent agenda?
Can't vote on anything.
Oh, okay. Well, we will hold off. I'll go ahead and, if it's okay with council, I'll go ahead and give my mayor's report, because that doesn't require a vote. I don't have a mayor's report tonight.
There's one piece of big news you can share.
But I will just share that based on conversations I've had with Vice Mayor Smith and with, our UT partners, there is, as you know, a parade that's going to be starting in a few minutes, and followed by a celebration on Market Square. This is a big deal for our community, and I'm happy to help host this celebration. And I want to invite council members. I'm going to be giving a proclamation on Market Square on stage with the team and coaches, surrounded by a bunch of fans. So based on my conversations with Vice Mayor Smith, we plan to call a recess at around 6:25. So everyone on council and anyone else from city staff or interested members of the audience are welcome to walk out to Market Square and enjoy the festivities. And then we'll reconvene, I'm thinking 7:15, 45 minutes or so. That's by the time we walk there and walk back. So that is the current working plan. And we anticipate being able to conduct some of the city's business before that time. And then anything that remains on the agenda will proceed as soon as we reconvene at around 7:15. Okay, so that's the current working plan, and that does it for my mayor's report. Any reports from council members or committees? Vice Mayor Smith.
Thank you, Mayor. Just three items since we have a couple minutes. Last week, council met to review development incentives as part of a workshop. The public can view that on the city council website. I encourage you to look at the packet materials that were presented at that time. The second item was also last week, the South Waterfront Advisory and Advocacy Committee group met at Kearns to review a lot of the south west corridor, Blunt Avenue area, downriver area plan. So I encourage anybody in the public who's interested in that material to go to the city's website and search for connectivity. There's an entire page with hundreds of more pages associated to it. So that's a very important plan for South Knoxville. And the third item is to wish Councilwoman Parker an early birthday in the next few days.
Okay. Councilmember Roberto?
Thank you, Mayor. I'd just like to take a minute to welcome Ben Collette, who is here from West High School. He's here as a part of his merit badge requirement for seeking his Eagle Scout. So just want to say congratulations to him on pursuing that Eagle Scout, and welcome to council.
Thank you. Thank you for being here. Any other reports from council members? Councilmember Parker, is your light on for a committee council member report, or is that inadvertent?
I just wanted to clarify what was covered
Yes,
under item 5.
Yes, we're going to go back and do that since we didn't want to take any votes.
We haven't done item 5.
No, we wanted to start a little early because we're going to take a recess for people to go partake in the celebrations, but we didn't want to do any votes before 6, so we will make sure to go over that now, as soon as council member reports are done. Any other council member reports? Okay, we'll go back and I think I mistakenly asked for a vote on the approval of the minutes, so let's just redo that now that everybody's here and it's after 6 o'clock. Is there a motion on the minutes from the last meeting? Motion to approve has been made and seconded. Any questions or discussion? Seeing none, all those in favor, please say aye. Any opposed? Motion carries. Now we'll go to item 5A. Are there any items to be withdrawn? Are there any items to be postponed? Are there any items requested to be added? Is there a motion on the consent agenda? Motion made to approve and seconded. Oh, Councilmember Parker, did you have your light on to speak?
Yeah, I was going to make a motion to add items to the consent agenda.
Oh, okay. Which items would you like to move to add to the consent agenda?
I cannot see them in front of me, sorry, but the ordinances on second reading.
Okay, all of them? So items 9A through G?
Yes, and I do not believe anyone has signed up to speak to those items, which is.
That's correct.
What is what I look to determine whether to support a motion, and so I'd like to support one today.
I'll second.
Okay, motion has been made and seconded to move items 9A, all items under second reading to the consent agenda has been made and seconded. Any questions or discussion? Seeing none, all those in favor, please say aye. Aye. Any opposed? That motion carries. Any other motions or items to add to the consent before we vote on the consent agenda? Seeing none, all those in favor say aye. Aye. Any opposed? The consent agenda carries. We've already done the mayor's report and reports of council. Did we want Vice Mayor to offer
I think
public
we'll
forum?
proceed for now.
Proceed for now. Okay. Item 8A then.
8A is a resolution reappointing Aaron Streeter to serve as the 4th District Representative to the City of Knoxville Public Property Naming Committee.
Move to approve. Motion made to approve and seconded. Any questions or discussion? Seeing none, all those in favor, please say aye. Aye. Any opposed? Motion carries.
8B is a resolution confirming the reappointment of Brandon Harden and the appointments of Stella Bridgman, Mary Gattal, and Vincent Jones to the African American Equity Restoration Task Force.
Move to approve.
Motion made to approve and seconded. Any questions or discussion? Seeing none, all those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries.
Mayor, if there are any of those folks are here, if they would just raise their hand.
Yes, are any of the appointees to the African American Equity Restoration Task Force present? Oh, Pastor Jones, thank you for being here and congratulations. We are very appreciative of your volunteer work on this task force. Okay. Moving right along to resolutions.
11A is a resolution authorizing the mayor to execute a memorandum of understanding with Knox County in order for Knoxville, Knox County Emergency Management Agency to accept $21,000 as a subrecipient of a grant from the State of Tennessee Department of the Military to maintain KEMA's capability to respond during Department of Energy emergencies.
Move to approve.
Motion made to approve and seconded. Any questions or discussion? Seeing none, all those in favor, please say aye. Aye. Any opposed? Motion carries.
11B is a resolution authorizing the mayor to execute an air rights easement to allow a proposed building at the 1800 block of Cumberland Avenue to span the public right-of-way of the alley located between 18th Street and 19th Street.
Motion made to approve and seconded. Any questions or discussion? Seeing none, all those in favor, please say aye. Aye. Any opposed? Motion carries.
11C is a resolution authorizing the mayor to execute an agreement with Neighborhood Housing Incorporated to provide an amount not to exceed $187,609 in Community Development Block Grant funding for its Knox Works Workforce Development Program.
Motion made to approve and seconded. Any questions or discussion? Seeing none, all those in favor, please say aye. Any opposed? Motion carries.
11D is a resolution authorizing the mayor to execute an agreement with Neighborhood Housing Incorporated to provide an amount not to exceed $349,174 in Community Development Block Grant funding to support Operation Backyard, its minor home repair program.
Motion made to approve and seconded. Any questions or discussion? Seeing none, all those in favor, please say aye. Any opposed? Motion carries.
11E is a resolution authorizing the mayor to execute an agreement with Knoxville, Knox County Community Action Committee to provide an amount not to exceed $548,242 in Community Development Block Grant funding to support the Emergency and Minor Home Repair Program.
Motion made to approve and seconded. Any questions or discussion? Seeing none, all those in favor, please say aye. Any opposed? Motion carries.
11F is a resolution authorizing the mayor to execute an agreement with Centro Hispano de East Tennessee to provide an amount not to exceed $56,000 in Community Development Block Grant funding to support its workforce development program.
Motion made to approve and seconded. Any questions or discussion? Seeing none, all those in favor, please say aye. Any opposed? Motion carries.
12A is an ordinance of the Council of the City of Knoxville to amend Chapter 2, Article 3, Division 2, Section 2-450 of the Knoxville City Code to adjust the pay rates of professional stormwater engineers and recreation interns.
Motion made to approve and seconded. Councilmember Parker?
I had a question for Ms. Ely on this, but I'm not sure if she is here today.
I don't see her present, so I'm afraid she might not be available, but I mean, it is first reading, so if there's some questions you can share between now and second reading, I'm sure she could respond.
Essentially, I'm a little confused by the pay raise for the recreation interns, while there are summer workers, umpires, coaches, camp leaders that aren't getting the raise. So I was just hoping to hear some of the rationale behind that.
I can't answer those questions right now, but we'll get, I know, I think our CFO, Boyce Evans, gave some preliminary information, but I think Cheryl Ely will be able to provide a little bit more understanding. Unfortunately, she's not present tonight, so, but we can get some answers to you and the rest of council later this week.
Thank you.
Any other questions or comments? Councilmember Helsley? You may need your microphone on, yeah. Yeah.
I'm sorry. It just says they were inadvertently omitted, so, I mean, they're just correcting a mistake, so what?
Well, I guess I understand, yeah, I agree. That's why we're making the change, because this was already passed once. But I guess Councilmember Parker's question was why these positions and not some others, or were some others getting some raises but not, just a fuller understanding of that, which is a fair question, but I don't know those details just yet. But I'm confident, Director Ely knows those details and can provide them, but just not tonight. All right. Any further questions or discussion on item 12A? Seeing none, all those in favor, please say aye. Aye. Any opposed? Motion carries. Okay, one abstention. And I will ask Director Ely to illuminate council members later this week. We have 2 people signed up to speak at public forum, and first is Martha Olson. Ms. Olson, if you could come up to the podium, please turn the microphone on, and you'll have up to 5 minutes to address council.
Not now?
It's on now.
Okay, thank you. Yes, my name is Martha Olson. The address is 2809 Scottish Pike in the South Waterfront area. I was here a few weeks ago and didn't get to speak, but I learned a lot during the meeting. The most touching part was a speech by Ben Bentley of KCDC in which he described the plans for reimagining Western Heights. He described a vision of a community of people from all walks of life and all incomes that were supporting each other. As he spoke, it began to sound more and more familiar, and then I realized he could be describing my neighborhood, and it's already here. I'm here today because of a news story that you all will be receiving reports about my neighborhood on Tuesday. I'm not sure if it's last Tuesday or next Tuesday or whatever. If you haven't received it yet, there is a post dated June 10th on the Knox Views blog, which provides links to 3 different reports. As you read the reports, you will encounter a pie chart in several different places. This is the largest version of it. And on the upper right, it says, mixed use and mixed income development that maintains neighborhood character. And then the quote that you don't see on all the pie charts, but on the big one, it says, controlled growth in a positive direction that will allow families of any income bracket to be part of our community. I assume the quotes came from a public workshop at the Kerbella Temple. You may note that this is secondary. Actually, the first thing was preserving green spaces and have some new cool businesses. That was the most popular, 37 to 27. And then there were some comments about providing adequate infrastructure for population growth. Now, this was a year and a half ago. It might be a good time to mention that the rate of population growth in Knoxville proper is beginning to slow. But I want to direct you especially to the quote below it about parking options, a trolley route, and transit from downtown. So that's the kind of infrastructure the public was looking for. Back to the label on the pie chart. Mixed use and mixed income development that maintains the neighborhood character. This one flummoxed me. In what world do these high-density developments maintain the character of our neighborhood of single-family homes? I'm reminded of an old saying that's rated R, but you can Google it, don't blank and tell me it's raining. When you see that slogan, I want you to remember what's underneath it. Controlled growth in a positive direction that will allow families of any income bracket to be part of our community. Now, I'm personally happy to be welcoming neighbors into the industrial sites, but we do need the city to work with the neighborhood about addressing the traffic flow. Not just arrive to our neighborhood with a plan in place already to make Blunt Avenue one-way and route outgoing traffic through a quiet neighborhood, over railroad tracks, and where? Maybe a steep slope to a secondary traffic light? I don't know, you know. Nobody came to us first and asked our ideas. And I'd like to mention to the mayor that this would be equivalent of making Broadway one-way and routing half of the traffic down Luttrell Street in your neighborhood. What do you think your neighbors would think about that? Probably say the same for a lot of different neighborhoods as well, but this is what they proposed to us, and you can see that in page 115 of one of the reports, and it's also a little bit bigger scale. If you have to look closely on page 131. So that's just something, that's probably my biggest concern at the moment. And so it just feels like an example of the city officials ignoring existing residents. Be sure and look closely. You might need a magnifying glass or blow it up on your computer. There are some graphics on page 15 of the workshop results report. I want you to notice.
Thank you, Ms. Olson. That's 5 minutes.
Okay.
We appreciate your time. And next person signed up to speak is Kimberly Howard. Is Kimberly Howard present? Kimberly Howard. Okay, council members, that concludes the people who signed up to speak to a public forum. Without objection, this meeting is adjourned. And again, I invite council members and other summer interns and other members of the public to join us on Market Square to celebrate the UT Baseball National Champions. Thank you.